Hello, hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome back to another episode of Heart and Soul. It has been a while. We've been on holidays and one after the other. Plus, I was not feeling too well, and then I skipped the sessions on my own. But we are back. Janet and I, we love for you to get insights into holidays. For me, it was the first time since like forever I had a true beach holiday. You know, the sea, the sun, a good book, swimming in the ocean, and nothing to do, just allowing myself to be. And when I booked it and shared it with my friends, I realized deep down I felt like I don't deserve this, like I am not worthy, like I'm not good enough. And so I sort of played it down like, oh, it didn't cost that much. It was last minute, da 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 da. And you all deserve a holiday. You all deserve the rest. You all deserve that time to recharge. And the holiday you want, not the holiday you feel like you deserve. And it's time we all stepped into that holiday feel, connect with ourselves, and just be in the moment. And I am back and I feel that new gentleness, that new compassion for myself. How are you feeling, Janet, after your holidays?
Gosh, it seems like so long ago now. It was, as you said, it was, we needed it. And it was our first holiday with our little dog in the UK. And we went to a place called the Isle of Wight, which is just off the south coast. Beautiful, small island, but it was like stepping back in time. We stayed in a lovely village, and we could walk on the beaches. Well, we went on ones that we could take the dog on, but we had a brilliant time. And for me, it was particularly seeing my husband, like having that time of like being away from everything and being able to switch off. Me, I was still in dog mommy mode, but it was really good because she really enjoyed the change. We thought she would maybe struggle, but she actually embraced it. And we had a wonderful time, the three of us, and just exploring. We could go out places that were so dog friendly. And people even stopped in the street to say hello to our little dog, and she loved it. She loved the attention. But we have to say is we then came back and had a few days back at home, which was then quite nice to have kind of switched off a little bit. And then we were able to just do some chores that we've been meaning to do, but at the same time, nicely relaxing. But one of the things I did notice for me, even though we live by the coast here ourselves, it was a different coastal experience. And very much it felt sort of stepping back into nature as well. Very supportive nature. And we had some beautiful walks in wooded areas and fields and on the coast. So it was like a complete mixture. And for me, it was being that time back truly in nature, because we miss our mountains, that really made my soul so happy to be there. And yes, we do, as you say, we all deserve, and even if you can't afford a holiday, it's allowing yourself time to disconnect or step away from your everyday life and give yourself a holiday. Switch off the social media, have a pampery bath, even just putting a face pack on, or just go and sit in your garden, get the summer chair out if you've got sun. Ours keeps coming and going. But allow yourself that holiday feeling, and that also helps to recharge and re-energize, because I'm seeing so many people, they just don't stop. What about you? You noticing that, Caroline? Is it similar with you?
Yeah, and I think that's what's been with me since last August. I sort of just kept going, going, going. And I think, yeah, beginning of this year, spring, I sort of started, I just want to go to the beach. I just needed that time off as well from social media and just being completely, yeah, just disconnect from everything and connect with your heart and soul. And it's been so nice. I mean, the Wi-Fi. I've been in Egypt connecting to Isis, the goddess of love, and it was just so amazing. And yeah, like you, I used to be traveling with my three children. And I think the last time I was at the beach holiday was when my three were still quite young. And of course, it was different. Then I was looking after the children. It's nice to be in a hotel. You don't have to do the everyday thing, but still you're there as a mom with your children. I loved it. I could enjoy motherhood more because I had more time or all my time for the children and could truly enjoy that time. And now for the first time, it was just like traveling with my adult daughter 10 days in Egypt was just like, wow. It's sort of like I didn't have to watch out for anything, just for myself. And this is really amazing. And it's been good. Who needs Wi-Fi? Sometimes you need to check in with people, but that was good. Sometimes I posted a little something, but I wasn't scrolling. It's just like the weather was too nice. I had better things to do, swimming in the ocean. And I think just that salt water of the Red Sea is just so amazing. It's so deep, so nurturing, so healing. I mean, I always speak about salt baths, but I mean, the ocean, the warm ocean, swimming in there and just lying there is just complete different story. And just releasing that. And I think during the holiday you have that space. You have that space because you're not in that everyday go 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 hamster wheel. Need to do this, I have this meeting. You're not fully booked, and you have that space to just connect within and let go on an even deeper level, because when you can so relax and nurture your heart and soul and then you just let go. And in a way, you realize what is truly important
Mm.
in your life. I think that true connection and experiencing different nature, having the sand underneath my feet in the water and just that hot Egypt air, but that really dry air, water that has just sort of desalted, from the sea. And it didn't have any scale, nothing. It's sort of because here in Switzerland we have very hard water, and there it's just my skin, my hair was was just amazing.
Yeah.
My nasal passages were clear, no hay fever, and just that salty air and just the people are more relaxed. I mean, just noticing, I think when you go abroad, you notice different things. Like, I mean, they drove crazy, but no one cared. It wasn't as highly populated the highway as it is here in Europe. So it's much safer to drive there. And sometimes they just squished onto the other side and no one complained. Everybody let everybody do whatever they needed. And I felt that is so liberating in a way. Just it's not like you harm anyone, but you just walk your path and no one is complaining or telling you have to stay in your lane, because most of them sort of stayed in the middle of two lanes. It's just, it's hilarious. And as a proper Swiss, when you're sort of sticking to the rules and this is the way to do it, it felt liberating. And I feel that's it, sort of coming out of that restriction of how life has to be, or how you're supposed to drive, or how whatever else the social construct, and just arriving and being and truly being in the moment. And never during those 10 days, I started then the last day, I said, okay, tonight we need to pack and everything. But it wasn't like, and then home and then this. No, it was in that moment. Had you similar experience that you could stay more in the moment during your holiday?
Very much, even though we went and did things every day, it wasn't like we had to be somewhere. We had to, it was very much more relaxed. Our mornings, okay, the dog had me up really early in the mornings, but I would get up with her and let her run around. And there was a nice sort of little summer bit house that I could sit in and let her run around the garden and let Mark, my husband, have a lie in. And then when we get up, we'd have a relaxed breakfast on the terrace. And then we would, get ourselves ready and go, okay, what are we doing today? And off we would go. And do you know what? It really was a more relaxed experience because the roads were not busy. They were just what I would call normal. Um, People were really welcoming and friendly. It was, yeah, definitely more relaxed experience. We went and did something every day, but it wasn't feeling that sort of pressure of rushing and having to be somewhere. And it really was a more gentle experience of a holiday, which totally suited us. And, it was quite nice where in the evenings, if we wanted to go and eat out, there were a lot of pubs here in the UK, pubs we had good weather. We were very fortunate. We had very good weather, and we could take the dog with us and then sit out and have a very relaxing. And she was so good, considering she's only just one. She was so good, and people would come over and see her or give her a bowl of water or whatever, and she was so good the whole time. It was such a lovely trip, and it was so lovely, the three of us having that time together and not having to worry about, as you say, work aspects or commitments at home or things that needed to be done, or to step away from that was really lovely. We stayed we rented a holiday house there, and the garden was lovely, and it was in a lovely little village that we could just walk up to the shops. And I have to say, it was really lovely, lovely experience. And how warm and welcoming the people were. That was also really nice. There wasn't that sort of, sometimes where we are at the moment, there's a lot of, it feels like there's an aggression element because people are always rushing to get there. The roads are closed and people are stressed, and there's a lot of that. And like us being in empaths, we're very aware of it. Whereas when I went there, it was honestly like I could suddenly go, wow, it was like, I don't get any of this. I'm not getting. And that was actually for me, and I know you get this as well, Caroline, that for me was like a huge weight being lifted off, that I didn't have to worry about my energy and protecting myself and feeling so much of what's going on. It was really, I could just enjoy it. And there was loads of flowers. We went to a lovely botanical garden. I was in my element. Absolutely loved it. And I got like this is good suntan for me. Because I didn't have to, it wasn't extreme heat, it was just really comfortable, how I imagine English summers should be. It's not at the moment, we have rain. And it was truly, for me, energetically, as you say, gently nurturing.
Mm-hmm. And
And
that
I really did feel that.
and that's beautiful. Sometimes when you're sort of in a harsh or stressful environment, you have to do so much inner work. You have to clear your energy. You have to stay in your inner calm and peace. And that's a lot of work. And then you're sort of going somewhere else. And then all of a sudden it falls away and you can just be. And plus, also, I always laugh when you can get up in the morning and say, what shall we do today? What do we feel like doing? And that's the best feeling, isn't it? It's just like no place to be. You can just, yeah, tune into the feel of the day. And that's amazing. And that's wonderful. And yeah, and taking that with us now, nurturing us for the days to come and not falling right back into the doing mode. And I mean, I'm just asking for a friend here. No, it's just packing is always so exciting. You go someplace and the dress is here and this and that, and of course bikinis and sunscreen and everything. And then unpacking there, and then at the last day you just put everything back in the suitcase, and then I come home and then unpacking. I do all the clothes, of course, because usually I wash everything because it sort of smells. So it's been in a suitcase, strange cupboard, and that's easy. And the shoes or everything. But then I still have things sort of like cosmetic things, my necessaire, my sunscreens. They're still all in those Ziploc bags. And it takes a while. So that's always the last thing I unpack. And I don't know, I'm wondering, any of our listeners, viewers, do you have something you sort of really wait to unpack or that is lying around from the suitcase? Is it just me? But sometimes it's just that last little things, it's sort of like, yeah, I don't need the sunscreen here. It's not something you need and then it just rests there.
No, I get that, Caroline. I'm like you. I like to get back and I like to get things washed and I like to get organized. Um, However, you're right. There's always, I mean, we're lucky we have a spare room and the cases can be in there. And particularly Mark's stuff, it can sit there a while until he needs like a pair of shoes that are just there. Um, I mean, I'm very good at sorting myself out, and then I go, it's his stuff to do. But he doesn't, he just leaves it. But eventually we get there. But yes, it's sort of like, it's almost like that you don't want the holiday to end feeling. And you feel that once you get totally back into your normal routine, that's the end of it. But I don't know about you, but I take loads of photographs. And what's really quite nice is to go back through the photographs every so often, just and it brings back that lovely feeling and memories and energy of being back there. And I think that's important. I often make a little photo book, and I must do that because again, that's that you can look back through it and be reminded. And I think that's also important, particularly if you don't do a lot of holidays, that is a nice little, 1 minute sitting looking through can bring that all back to you, all that lovely memories that you had and the experiences. I can imagine like looking at a photograph of the sea, Caroline, it just makes you think that you're just back there. And, I think that is also important, that just don't just end it. I mean, put something in place where you tap into it every so often and allow it to re-energize or calm down your system or whatever you were feeling when you were on holidays. And I think that's a very important thing, is to keep coming back and using that.
Yeah, reiterating that feeling and coming back to that peace and calm, and for you that not, that aggression free, that peaceful energy, and just, yeah, tuning into it. I mean, it's so much about maintaining our own energy and yeah, looking at photos and just feeling like you're still there, carry it with you. It's so amazing. And of course, the memories and little knickknacks you might have gotten or anything. So this is so important of keeping that holiday feel sort of every day. And yeah, it's like recharging your phone or yeah, recharging yourself and getting those 5 minutes, half an hour each day just to breathe and be and maintaining that sort of high energy. And this is important of having that holiday feel with us. You know, it's not having to work to then be away for 1 or 2 weeks to then come back to work, just to need another holiday. But that actually a holiday is just sort of like a different place to enjoy even more, have more time, but not that you drain yourself all the time. And yeah, remember we are human beings, not human doings. And taking that time with yourself is so essential. And yeah, coming back to self and creating that space, taking time out for yourself, even during our busy lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A holiday is more than a holiday. It is a total, a reset. We can use it as a reset. And I think that's also important to realize. And as you say, I mean, I know in the past I used to work and it used to be I lived for my holidays, my break. And as you say, you did so much work to be able to take that week. I mean, it was always a week. I never even took 2 weeks off because I could never get away for that amount of time. Um, and it used to be then you have to catch up so much when you come back, and you sort of like go at times it just felt like you were exhausted going on holidays.
Mm.
And now I try and avoid that. I mean, my poor husband, he has that still going on, but I try and help him as much as possible so that when he goes that he can completely switch off. And that is important. So for anyone who's going off on holidays and dealing with busy airports, because I know right now in the UK, the airports are, with the schools off now, the airports are incredibly busy. Use, if you're like us, Caroline, empath, or introverts, and you find like those busy places really difficult, use some techniques that we've shared on different episodes about, place your hands on your heart and just breathe. Or if EFT, just gently tap at the side of your arm, just focus on a protection around yourself. Because I know for me, I mean, thankfully this holiday we didn't have to deal with airports, but right now the idea of going to one of the busy airports, I would, it's not what I want to do. Not what I want to do at all. So
Yeah.
yes.
And don't stress yourself. You get there eventually. Just taking that time, arrive extra early, making sure you're not rushed or stressed, and just, one step at a time. And everybody's being there and connect within and be with your family and look forward to your holiday. And yeah, that's just part of it. Even if you drive by car, sometimes you get into, heavy traffic and you have to wait and anything. Just, yeah, take that inner calm, connect to that inner calm and prepare yourself for the journey and that you get there. And the 5 minutes, it takes more. It's okay. It's all in the journey, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh, how wonderful. I mean, I'm so glad that you had a wonderful holiday. I mean, I did see some photographs and you looked amazing, and I could just see your energy levels. You were radiating. You and your daughter were, like I said, you're like goddesses by the sea. Absolutely wonderful, which was so pleased that you had such a wonderful, wonderful time. Lovely memories.
Definitely. And even, I mean, I shared in my newsletter yesterday some couple of pictures, and then people came back and says, you look like a different person. But I was so utterly at peace. I was so completely relaxed. And then I realized, oh, maybe I've been really a bit run down and sort of, getting on. And there was just like, huh. And I loved your pictures as well, of course, of Bailey Boo enjoying her beautiful, beautiful vacation and the nature. It just
It was lovely.
felt so lush, so green, so and really peaceful. It was really amazing. So we both nurture each other now through the rest of the summer while everybody goes away and enjoys their holidays. So share with us your favorite destination or your favorite kind of holidays. I mean, I loved my beach holiday. That's what I needed. Also love going to the mountains, hiking, being in nature. Your Isle of Wight sounds really, really amazing, Janet. And yeah, whatever is your choice right now, and share with us. And I
Exactly.
hope we could inspire you for a beautiful, relaxing, calm, gentle holiday and time for yourself. And especially if you travel with younger children, just if you have your spouse with you, allow children to have time with their father as well. It's don't take it all on. You deserve time off as well.
Absolutely. And even share a photograph of you on holidays. We'd love to see that too. Tell us about your holidays. We'd love that. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, and I always love to hear about new destinations or how the world looks. It's gorgeous. We're all connected. So thank you so much. Thank you, Janet. Oh, it's good to be back here to
Okay.
heart and soul. And I feel after a break, truly being away, yeah, you are more, I am more energized. I'm more joyful again. And really, really love to connect with you in a week's time. And we will reveal the topic then next week when we start our heart and soul. Remember to subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening to us or to the YouTube channel so you won't miss an episode, and go back to previous ones. We have lovely, lovely topics and more to come soon. Thank you so much. Enjoy a beautiful holidays or vacations, as we say in the US. So thank you. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Caroline. Blessings.